All right. We are live. This is Music Radio Creative Live. I am Mike Russell.
And I'm Izabela Russell.
And your camera is in a wonky position.
Oh, hang on a minute.
It's looking weird. It's pointing down at your desk. But anyway, welcome along to the show. It's really, really good to have you here. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I was live streaming from the IBC show in Amsterdam the other week. Fantastic time. Lots of good stuff. Good announcements coming out of Adobe as well. I was speaking on the stage for Adobe. I'm delighted to say that I have got in front of me some of the new tools that are set to be released soon in the brand new Adobe Audition. So we'll be testing those out. I'm going to put them to the test with something really complicated, some really noisy audio that was recorded in a room with, well, you'll explain it later on, with one microphone and 3 guests. So that's coming up. What else is happening, Izabela?
We have... gosh, I have a brain freeze. We have some free audio we're going to be making today. How about that?
Yeah, that's it. Just like we did a couple of weeks back when we were celebrating the 100,000 subscriber mark. We were doing lots of free jingles and free drops and things like that. You seemed to really like that. That seemed to go down really well. So in around 20 minutes in this live stream, we're going to switch it up from demoing and talking about the latest news and stuff like that to doing free audio drops. So it could be jingles, short jingles, 3 or 4 words, DJ drops, very short podcast jingles for you to use, whatever it is you'd like. If you place a super chat, that will definitely get priority. Stick it in the comments right now. And we look forward to including you. Izabela, what else is going on at the moment? Hi to Friends Production. Hi to Nurjan. Jean Piper's in as well. Nice to see you in the chat.
Nice to see people rolling in. And I think actually later on at some point I would really like you to show people how to make sure they get notifications, because YouTube has made some changes, and I think we do need to keep repeating it, because you don't miss the live recording as it is. So
all right, that's a good idea, and I'll give you a live example on how you can subscribe and get notifications if you're inside YouTube. Let's just have a quick look here at this brand new YouTube channel. It's called Izabela Russell. It's got 20 subscribers on it, and there's 1 video uploaded at the moment. If you haven't seen this channel, I advise you go and subscribe to it. In fact, I'm even going to post it in the live chat now.
Under the pressure.
And ask anyone who's watching now to go and subscribe to this channel. It's a really good example of how to subscribe and get notifications. So obviously, you probably already subscribed to my channel, but what you might not know is when you hit subscribe, hang on, I don't know if I switched on accessibility. Oh yeah, I did. Fantastic. So I can do things like that. I can zoom right in on the subscribe button here. I can hit subscribe on your channel, Izabela. Now there are 21 people subscribed, but what you need to do is click this bell over here, receive notifications about every new video, tick, and it's it's illuminated. It's kind of like got that jingle jangle kind of thing, and that means it is working. I hope that worked and was a good example of what you should do when you subscribe, or if you're already subscribed to a channel but you might not be getting the updates. Does that make sense, Izabela?
It does make sense. So you need to make sure to ring the bell, so to speak. So ring the bell, and then you get the emails. Because you know what? I was really wondering, why the heck have I not been receiving emails about this? And I was like, why? What changed? And then I was like,
That might just explain it a little bit.
That might just explain a little bit. So so just very quickly, I've started something new. I'm not quite sure yet where it's going to lead, but I'm having plenty of fun. It's all audio related, and I hope you can join me along and cheer me up and have some fun, really. So,
Absolutely. That is the idea. So that's exactly...
thanks, guys. I can see that the numbers are going up. Thanks. Really, very much appreciated.
You're getting subscribes to your channel. That's awesome. That's so fantastic. So that's what we're looking for.
And Mike, because I didn't manage to tell you just before we went live, I really need you to go and post about this live thing on your Facebook, please, because I've been asked by somebody who is your friend who said, please, can Mike post about this on his Facebook the moment he goes live? So please go and do so. Otherwise, I will break my promise.
Okay. We'll post it on Facebook now then. Let's see.
Yes.
Let's do an update. So link
you do the
to
update,
YouTube video.
And I am going to talk about something else.
Okay, go for it.
And that will be the...
workshops.
the workshops. Yes, yeah, I forgot about this. I was going to talk about something else, but
that's
then
very
I put
important.
Yes,
because we're doing that soon.
We are doing it very, very soon. Mike is doing face-to-face workshops. They are going to be in the fantastic headquarters of Harman. If you may have seen the video he put up on his YouTube channel about the Experience Center. So if you would like to have opportunity to see it, there is a possibility to do that and learn some audio production techniques from the master himself. We have 2 workshops, one on the 26th of October and another one on the 27th of October. One is designed, I guess, for people to learn how to do podcast production.
Yeah, you need to go to mrc.fm/learn, by the way. I'll post that in the live chat here. mrc.fm/learn will take you to the page that's on screen now. And you describe each workshop, and I'll go through to the individual pages on screen as you describe away.
Yeah, so 2 workshop. The first one, so I just lost my my screen. There we go. The first one is advanced podcast production. So this is effectively all the tools you need to learn how to post-produce podcast. Kind of lots of different things to help you along the way. As we know, podcast episodes can vary in quality as you have different guests, different environments, etc. So this workshop is 100% designed to bring you into the level where you are very confident inside Adobe Audition and you can tackle most common issues when it comes to producing a podcast.
And what's the other one?
And the other one is how to make your voice sound better. One of your favorite topics.
Yeah.
People absolutely love making their voice sound better. And you are going to just delve into different techniques and ways to effectively kind of work with the recording you've got. So it's kind of a really cool mastering and tweaking. You will talk about compression, EQ, loudness, mastering, and all sorts of different things in there. But it is a very comprehensive how to make your voice sound better.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And obviously there are 2 separate days, but I can see here at the bottom as well, you can get the ticket to both days if you would like. So that looks really good.
And if you do, you are going to get Mike's presets included in price. So that
Very
kind
nice.
of that kind of gives a nice neat saving of £224 on both. It is a full-on day, so it's from 11 to 5 p.m. You also are
lunch
given
provided.
Lunch. Yes, you are also are given lunch and refreshments, and we have been told there is a goodie bag. So Harman is very kindly putting together a nice goodie bag for you.
I hope they'll put some headphones in.
I know. They did say they might. I don't want to overpromise. They did say they might put some headphones in there.
Everyone needs good headphones.
Yay!
Cool. So that's the. So we've spoken about the workshop. We've spoken about your new channel, which you can get to. Again, I can post another link in the chat at some point. Go and subscribe to Izabela Russell on YouTube. In the chat, I can see Premier Gal is there.
Hello.
Fantastic. It was great to meet Premier Gal at IBC last week. And she says, loving the mic flags. Yeah, the mic flags are fantastic, actually. Really, really cool stuff. Wish I could attend the workshop. So next week on this channel, I've got a great collab with Premier Gal coming out. It's fantastic for audio people watching this channel now. If you want to know how to make your video look better, some real practical tips.
Yeah, I will be watching.
From camera settings. Yeah, Izabela needs to learn all this. She's realised how much there is to learn on this journey.
It's
camera settings all the way through to stuff you can do inside Premiere Pro to up your game. It's going to be really fantastic, and that's coming out early next week.
Do you know? It's I'm realizing now that you cannot do audio without video nowadays. You cannot. It's like one does not exist without another, and it's sort of, you know, obviously goes the other way around too. If you have video, you have to make sure you have great audio, and I'm learning a lot, so I will be tuning into that collab.
Definitely. Fantastic. So more stuff to come. Just a few more shout-outs. Liam's in saying hi to us. We got Mihal, who says, just subscribe to Izabela's channel. Listening on brand new Beyer Dynamic DT770 Pros.
Nice.
They're the best. I bought yesterday. Enjoy. Jason is in there. Archer's in there. Pressy. Andres as well. Leonardo. I think you're going to have yourself a few new subscribers by the end of the stream, Izabela.
Woohoo! And I'm just uploading a new video, so...
By the way, I will say that Isabela's video, unlike mine, is a little bit stuttery. Mine is smooth, but you're kind of like, it's just a bit stuttery. And I think that's because my processor in my computer is... we're going down that route again.
Oh, do you know what? It's not. It's perfectly fine. It's like just smooth sailing.
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to say that if anyone's watching your video and noticing the jerkiness there's something we need to work out there. Yeah. Okay, let's move on because we've got a lot to squeeze in.
We do. Can I just say something before we move on any further? Yes. We have changed the time, have we? And we haven't discussed that. So we are going to move time to 2 o'clock. We are simply finding it a little bit too difficult to combine our responsibilities as parents with the live stream. Yeah. So children have to take a priority. You guys are fantastic, but we need to make sure to that everyone is happy, and our children obviously have to be happy. So,
and we used to live stream at this time anyway, so 2 p.m. to about 3 p.m. seems like a reasonable time. Yes. Just before we get onto Adobe Audition new features and, of course, the awesome audio gear giveaway, I did want to shout out a microphone that I've just acquired. Do you want to have a look? On the screen, there it is.
Go show it.
It's a Rode microphone.
We did have a conversation as to what it looks like, but I'm not going to say it.
So it's a really good microphone. So one thing I noticed when I got back, Izabela, from IBC is getting good quality audio in a noisy conference environment is so difficult. Would you agree with me on that?
It is, and you've struggled a few times now. And
really
you
struggled.
Are just like, I've had it, Izabela. I've had it.
I've had enough.
I've had enough. I've had that conversation. I had to budget.
Yeah.
So you said you've had enough, and you want a budget. And how much did it cost you?
Okay, so this is what I've done, because this might be quite handy, especially if you're watching right now and you want to up your audio game. So I was shooting at IBC with a Rode Videomicro, not this microphone. Actually, I think I've got it here. So the Rode Videomicro looks like that. It's like essentially, well, that's with a windshield on, and then it's got a little dongle, and this goes straight into your camera. And when you take off the fluffy thing, the microphone actually looks like that. So it's kind of like a shotgun microphone, but it's very directional. So like I was interviewing people, and the moment they would turn and speak to me, they'd be off mic like this, and then they'd talk back to me like that, and then they'd be off mic again. So it was like a sound improvement nightmare. A level up was when I did actually do the interview with Premier Gal. She was prepared, and she had lavalier mics, and that was better. It picked up the audio much better. There was no more kind of going off mic. That was her kit. It was really good. I think it was Saramonic, something like that. The maker of the microphones. And I still noticed there was quite a bit of background noise because they're kind of omnidirectional mics. They're great in a quiet environment. So then I did some research, and I spoke to a few friends of mine, and I'll give him a shout out on the show. Dominic King, who works for the BBC, recommended me this is called what's it called? The Rode Reporter microphone. It's about £100 here in the UK. It's probably around the same in US dollars, $100. And it's a fantastic bit of kit. Actually, Izabela, if you're interested, I can plug it in via XLR and give you some of the sound check. But it works really well. It also comes with one of these. You might say, oh, what's that? That is actually a mic flag. So it's built for reporting. You can actually snap this on. Hang on, let me do this. Snap it on the top like that, and you can put your logo on the top. So I could put Music Radio Creative there, and I could be like that, back and forward like that. But it's really good. We've tested it already in our studio this morning. I really like it, especially for capturing stuff at events. And the other thing, so this is about $120, something like that. £300 or around, I think it's around $400 US is the transmitter and receiver packs, which are still in transit at the moment. This arrived today, but it's called the Rode News Shooter Kit. The Rode News Shooter Kit. Again, I'm not linking these. I'm just talking about them live. But again, then you can. What it is, it's a little pack with batteries that goes on the bottom here. It attaches very neatly, and that's the transmitter pack. And then you get the receiver pack that goes on top of your camera. And apparently it's really good, but I haven't tested it yet. So let me plug in this Rode Reporter. See, it just works by XLR as well. So if you can somehow get this microphone into your camera via XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack, then that's going to be good too. Shall I switch over to the Rode?
Yeah, go for it.
Have a listen? Okay, here we go. All right. A little bit quieter, so I need to turn the audio up. But this is the Rode. It's an omnidirectional, so it doesn't matter which way round I have the mic. See?
Oh, that's cool.
I can turn it any way round as long as I'm directing it towards my mouth. That's the very best. And this is quite good, this flag, because of that, it's stopping me getting too close to the mic.
But it looks so funny when you speak to it.
I need to kind of hold it, but you'd hold it down like this kind of thing, and then in post you could bring the audio up, and it's really good.
You have to be careful. I would say with that flag, you have to be really careful not to kind of shove it into pieces of people.
Back to the Heil microphone. Hang on, I'm actually going to take that bit off, so you just squeeze it and take it off. But I can talk into this, and then I'll cut over to your camera. Hang on. Okay. Let's go back to the Rode mic. So I this is what it would be like at an event, and this is really it's a dynamic mic as well, but it's also very good at filtering out noise, from what I understand. Again, I haven't used it on the scene, but then I could actually push this over. Isabela's sitting opposite side to me right now on the desk, and I can actually just whack that over to you and say, "What do you think, Izabela?" And then fade your mic down over there, and just put the Rode Reporter. Hang on, I need to get a long enough cable. I've just faded your other microphone down. Okay. There we go.
I was just saying that Mike is dancing around the studio. There we go.
All right, so that is the Rode Reporter microphone. And again, not a product placement. This is something that I've just picked up on a recommendation. There's no sponsorship deal going on here. I just thought it would be a cool thing to mention in the stream. Back to the Heil microphones. What do you think, Izabela?
Yeah, I think that's really good. It does really, I mean, from what we've seen, it does really fantastic job with recordings in a very noisy environment, and I think that makes it a winner. I mean, as you said, you just said, like, I just need something. This is what somebody recommended. I'm just going with it. So we haven't really tested any alternatives, but this one just seems to do the job.
Absolutely. All right, then. Andy says in the chat, Rode is warm, rounded sound. Nice. Thumbs up from Andy. That's cool. Okay, so in a couple of minutes, we're going to get on and do some free jingles. So if you'd like a free jingle, post your script, 3 or 4 words only, please, in the live chat now. And we'll do this for about 20 minutes or so. And, of course, we'll prioritize any super chats. So if you use the dollar symbol below in the chat to make a donation to this stream, that would be very much appreciated, and we will make sure to prioritize your script.
And you can choose Izabela too. Hey!
You can choose Izabela for your voiceover too, which would be really nice.
Yes.
So yeah, free jingles coming up in about 3 minutes from now. I do have one more thing to demo, if you'd like to see it.
Yes.
And those are new Adobe Audition features.
Go.
So yeah, let's hop over to the brand new Adobe Audition, which is coming soon. And I just wanted to, let's close down Essential Sound, make this waveform really big. Is it all right to play this podcast audio? This is some audio you gave me this morning as well.
It's okay, yes.
Okay, great. So this is some podcast production that we're working on right now. Let's just bring this up and have a little listen, and then we'll talk about how it was recorded.
Exactly. So this is the part of the podcast where we engage in free-spirited banter. Pause for jingle.
Okay, there we go. So you can hear some of the quality, and then I'm going to just zoom through a little bit more and listen to some more of the podcast.
Why don't you explain our general structure and some of the
entity formation can be a really, really dry subject.
All right. First and foremost, Izabela, how many guests are on that podcast?
So
roughly?
There are 3 people in one small room on one microphone, and it's a Blue Yeti USB microphone. So
3 people using a Blue Yeti microphone.
3 people on one microphone. So they position the microphone kind of in between of themselves, and they try to talk as closely as they can.
Okay, and our recommendation was to acquire 3 Heil PR40s, plug them into a Zoom H6, which can have up to 4 XLR inputs in, and then split out those tracks so you get separate tracks of each podcast guest. And then for podcast production, for a company like us, that makes it easy because then we get 3 separate tracks and we can piece them together. And if someone's coughing on one microphone, you can cut it out, things like that, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
But let me show you. So you got this Blue Yeti recording and you're like, well, this is my first episode. Is there anything you can do with it, right? That's what you might say, Izabela.
Well, that's exactly what I said to you because, I mean, those guys are just starting a podcast and I'm just like, can we do something with this? Can we make it sound better? Is that something that just can exist without those huge improvements in the equipment setup and big investment?
All right, so 2 new features coming soon in Adobe Audition, and I think podcasters are really going to love them. First of all, there's a lot of reverb in this room.
Exactly. So this is the part of the podcast real estate asset that's in.
You can hear the reflections coming off the walls there on that Blue Yeti. Bless it, it's doing its best to do a good job, but it's struggling really. I'm guessing for 3 of you, you probably got it in omnidirectional mode, so it's picking up all around the room. So we've got this de-reverb that's going to be in the next version of Adobe Audition.
So hang on, how come you've got the stuff there? So how come you can preview it?
Oh, that's a good question. So yeah. It's no secret. I'm in the pre-release group for Adobe Audition. Cool. So yeah.
So cool. So it's not available yet. It will be available when?
It's coming soon. That's all we know at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so we know it's coming soon. Yeah. That's cool. So it's definitely you want to watch your update to the apps because the moment that comes out.
Don't worry, like I'm literally every day at the moment I'm hitting the refresh button on my Creative Cloud, so the moment I know it's out I will let you know.
You will know. Okay, cool.
But I've got no idea exactly when.
Okay,
so
cool. Sounds good.
So let's go into the screen share here and look at de-reverb. So at the moment the amount of the effect is on 0, as you can see here, and the idea is just to push it up to 100%. It's a really simple thing to use. It's also got this processing focus, but we're just going to leave this on the default flat line for the moment, and you'll hear the difference it makes. Let's have a listen and bring the effect in.
Exactly. So this is the part of the podcast where we engage in free-spirited banter. Pause for...
All right, and let's go further in and have a listen. Tell me if that's making a difference.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss, why don't you explain kind of...
And then I'm going to play that again without the effect.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss...
And then with...
Why don't you, Mike Nuss...
Crank that up to 100.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss... Why don't you explain kind of...
Now, obviously, the more of the effects you put on, the more it's going to degrade the audio. Let's listen to this other presenter who was further away from the microphone, even more reflections, without and with.
Entity formation can be a really, really dry subject. But it can also be a significant thing that brings emotional and stories to the table. And so I
think you'll agree that's a dramatic difference, Izabela?
It's massive. I mean, from my perspective, now that I'm starting to delve deep into Audition, it's amazing that it's just the slider, It's like, because I'm finding it amazingly overwhelming to... there are a ton of like frequencies and this and that, and I'm like, what is this about? So just having one slider makes it super, super easy, like from my perspective.
So it's intelligent noise cleanup, which is coming soon to Adobe Audition CC. It's going to be fantastic. De-reverb's one. I'll show you the other intelligent noise cleanup plugin, which uses machine learning and AI to make your audio sound better. But just a reminder here, do keep your scripts coming in for free jingles. We're going to spend
we've got some
15-20 minutes doing them.
And make sure to post who you would like, either Mike or Izabela. And
exactly. Yeah.
And then I guess, Mike, could we record it on this microphone? Could I record it here without going in and out of my
Better to do it on the better microphone, I'd say, on the AKG that I've got just over here near me.
Can we try with this one, please?
It's not really a voiceover microphone, the Hard PR40, Izabela.
Okay.
So, let's go back in just before we do those free jingles to wrap up this live stream. And I'm going to show you the other intelligent noise cleanup tool that's coming soon. Again, under Effects, Noise Reduction Restoration. It's called Denoise. And there is a bit of noise on here. Let's just switch this off. Let's look at spectral frequency display and let's zoom right in on that bit of silence there. Usually silence should just be black here, but as you can see it's not. This is room ambience. And then if I normalize that, let's go to favorites, normalize, and listen to that.
Whoa.
Okay, there's a lot of noise in their recording room. Whoa. So let's listen now. This is with it off and at 0%. You can actually hear there's some kind of... some crazy computer fan and everything there. Let's see what kind of effect the denoise has as I start to bring it in.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss, why don't you...
Wow.
Wow.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss? Why don't you?
And now I'm just going to play it back and switch it on.
Can I just ask you to play it on a different clip? Because to be honest with you, it's like he stutters there, and it's hard to tell whether it's audio degrading or whether it's just him speaking in a funny way.
With it off.
Yeah. So entity formation can be a really, really dry subject.
Okay, and then switch it on and play it.
Yeah. So entity formation can be a really, really dry subject.
And I've probably pushed it up too far. 80% is probably way too much. I could probably get away with about 50%.
Yeah. So entity formation can be a really, really dry subject.
Switch it off.
Yeah. So
wow.
I mean, this is super duper stuff that's coming soon to Adobe Audition.
Right.
It's going to change your game.
Can I just ask you, can you do that 50% and then apply that and then go back and do the reverb thing? Because I don't think you will need to take as much of the reverb after doing this.
All right.
Because I think the noise here was more of a problem than the actual echo.
Let's do it then. So 50% denoise.
Yeah. So entity formation can be.
All right, let's apply. And now we can see, yeah, look at that. I mean, that's nice. That's beautiful. Look at that. Much less noise there now in the silent parts, which is good. And then we're going to de-reverb this, just like Izabela said. So using both of those intelligent noise cleanup tools, de-reverb. And let's just start bringing this in and have a listen. Let's go back to that same point.
Yeah, so entity formation can be a really, really dry subject. But it can also be a significant thing that brings emotional and stories to the table. And so what we've done from a naming LLC aspect.
See, it starts going a bit wispy if you put it up too high. But yeah, I don't know even if it needs it. One thing I will show you, final thing I'll show you on denoise. So we're going back to this. Let's look at the frequencies of the noise here in spectral frequency. So we can see by this heat map here, there's a lot of noise down here in the bass. That's low hum. Can you hear that? Turn it up. Might just pick that up on the stream. It's quite low end.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Up in the high end, there's actually not much noise in the high end. And then over in the mid, there's quite a bit in the mid. But most of it's around the low. Would we agree that most noise is in the low end?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into Effects, Noise Reduction Restoration, new denoise plugin here. I'm going to crank this up to 100% just to show you what's going on. Bring on the preview window so we can say before and after. And we're going to turn from independent to mirrored so we get the same view. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful what that has actually done. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to show you briefly the processing focus, which is basically telling this plugin which frequencies should I be focusing on. Should I be just focusing on all the frequencies and then you leave the machine learning, the computer, to make the decision which frequencies to pull out? Do I want to look only at the lower frequencies, only at the mid-range? Do I want to look at the low and high frequencies and miss out the mids? Or do I want to look at the high frequencies? Actually, Jason Levine at IBC was giving a great talk explaining when you might use these different frequencies. He explained it so eloquently, and if I can find the video and link to it, I'll stick it up on the channel somewhere, because he explained it far better than I'm likely going to. But essentially, he said, with cassette tapes, that's something I want to do. I want to transfer some of my old cassettes. You might want to aim at the higher frequencies, because with cassette tapes, you get that stereotypical kind of the hiss, right? So that'll be a perfect example of using the high frequency only. And what that means, why you may want to do this and focus on certain frequencies, is because, as we know with noise reduction, it's affecting all the frequencies, and sometimes all the frequencies conflict with the voice, and sometimes that degrades the quality of the audio, right, Izabela?
It does, yes.
Yeah. So here I'm just going to tell it, I'm going to pull it right down to 0%, so bring the noise back in down here, and then I'm going to switch on the focus on low end, and then I'm going to start bringing this in and see what happens. Okay, and you can see low end is definitely being significantly reduced. Now, if I tell it focus on all frequencies, let's see if that changes the pattern. And yeah, you see it starts pulling more out of the mid. Can you see that? But here, it's leaving a lot in at the mid, but focusing just down on the bass. So it might be better, it might not. Let's have a listen and see how it sounds.
Why don't you...
Whoa, hang on, that's a bit too loud, sorry. Turn it down.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss, why don't you explain kind of...
Let's switch between that and the all frequencies.
Why don't you, Mike Nuss...
and then we'll focus just on the mid-range. This is going to be focusing on the frequencies where the voice live.
So, Why don't you, Mike Nuss? Why don't you?
Very subtle differences, and you'd need to be listening in headphones really to fine tweak this. But it's just something else that's available with the new denoise plugin for Adobe Audition.
That's cool. I like that.
So there we go. Right, I can see there are quite a few scripts, and we've got probably around 10 or 15 minutes, I'd say.
We have 10 minutes, so because we are on a quite a tight schedule today. We are tight schedule today because 10 minutes.
All right,
10
great.
minutes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recording some of these voices, and what we will do is I might start producing some of them, but I'll definitely save them as dry and upload them somewhere where we can share them.
How about we record all that we can see and save the dries, and then you can start producing, and then you can produce what you will.
Absolutely. And if anyone really wants a produced jingle, then just drop a super chat in and we'll prioritize your script for you, okay? But in the meantime, let's hop over. Have you got any requests for a voiceover, Izabela?
Yes.
You have? Great, okay.
Yes.
Well, come on round then. Come and join me. And I will start Adobe Audition recording over here, and we'll get some of these lovely voiceovers into the software like this. So starting recording. And we're going to use this microphone, just get it at a nice level. There we go. Okay, fantastic. This is the AKG C414. Going to get nice and close to it. And let's have a look at what we've got. Yeah, that's a really good idea. So going back now. Hello. Where are we then? Free jingles.
It's so
where do I need to scroll back to? Just under here. Okay, I can see. All right, so I've got it. Okay.
So Mikhail,
starting from this one.
I think he doesn't.
Okay, great. So
you can record.
Let's do this.
Go on.
Showtime, late night weekend show. You're listening to Trust Woody on YouTube. Military history on your phone.
I think that one was for me.
Do you want to do military history on your phone?
Okay, go on then. Military history on your phone.
Great. And then could I get a jingle? Companies come and go, but deadmanstream.rocks on. Deadmans-streams.rocks on. Okay, something like that. Okay. Companies come and go, but deadmans-streams.rocks on.
No. I think like Deadman's Streams rocks on. I don't know. It's not.
Okay, well, let's try that as well. Companies come and go, but Deadman's Streams rocks on.
Right.
Yeah.
Go on then. Izabela.
Yeah, you did voice the one that you were supposed to. That's good. Izabela, free jingle, please. And it is that little script there for Andres.
Andres Neves, is that how you say? Yeah. You are listening to Talking Craft Beer Show with Andres Neves. Now let's go back to the show with our guest.
And one more time.
You are listening to Talking Craft Beer Show with Andres Neves. Now let's go back to the show with our guest.
Okay, sounding good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Stump the Yank. Nice, I like that one. That's really good. I need a radio jingle. Here we go.
Funny.
106.9 Abood FM. Dodoma, the best radio station. That's a rad radio station. Could I little drop script? You're listening to
Le Popcast?
Le Popcast. Izabela voice. Cool. Go.
You're listening to it has to be two, right? You're listening to Le Popcast.
Okay, that's great. I think we've pretty much got everything in there. That's everything.
Perfect. We've got it. Yep.
All right, so that's done. Back to the Heil microphone, and Izabela is going to be back on there. That was fun. We did quite a few. Like I say, we'll cut those up and save them under your username and drop them somewhere in Google Drive and share the public link with you.
I'm going to do the link now. Shall I? I will put it inside your folder so that we both have access to it.
I'll go through and I'll start cutting those lines up on the screen here. Like I said, we're just going to save the drives for you right now. now, because we've got about 5 minutes left. If anyone wants a produced liner or anything like that, or if you'd like to get another liner recorded before we leave, drop a super chat in and we'll get it done for you. But right now, I'm just going to open up Adobe Audition and have a listen through. So what do we got here?
Showtime, late night weekend show.
So that was the first one. Let's see. Let's go all the way back and start trimming these up and put them out for you. So Showtime, Showtime, Showtime. Where are we? Okay, so that was especially for Mihail. Okay, Mihail. So I'm going to just trim this and put this out for you.
All right. I am just going to paste a link now. So.
Okay, and we'll call this stream. What day is it today? The 21st. So 2018 09 21 live stream. That's it. And we're just going to name these by your YouTube username. So let's do that. And then we've got Trustwoody. So Trustwoody, you're going to get saved. And just before the end, Isabella's going to post a link to Google Drive where you'll be able to download that stuff.
You're listening to Trustwoody on YouTube.
Okay. Bear in mind, these are not recorded in our voiceover studio, so the quality of the acoustics of the room in here are a little different to where we'd usually record for paying clients, of course. But, you know, you get the idea. You get a freebie. Yes. So.
Military history.
Oh, that was supposed to be Izabela, wasn't it? So
military history on your phone.
Okay, we're going to save that one, and that one is especially going out to Glenio. There you go, Glenio. That's saved for you. What else have we got here?
Deadmans-streams.rocks on.
Oh, we're going to grab the...
Companies come and go, but Deadman Streams rocks on.
Okay, let's save that one. That one will do. That was especially for DJ Big Red 81. That is saving now into that directory. And what else have we got here? Anything else that's worth dropping in?
Andres Neves.
Andres Neves.
You are listening to
Get the right take.
You are listening to Talking Craft Beer.
Okay, that's going to be for Andres. There we go. I think Andres is going to be super pleased with that Izabela voice over there. There we go. What else have we got here?
You are listening to...
Nice, I like 106.9 Abood FM. .Oma, the best radio station.
Really
106.
Cool. Okay, let's just save that one. And that one is especially for... oh, we didn't get the Stump the Yank. Where's Stump the Yank?
To Talking Craft.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Stump the Yank.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's for Oz by Drone. So Oz by Drone, we are going to save that for you. Then we've got one for David. That's the radio station drop just here. 106.9. So that's saving in here. There we go. Anything else that we've got to save?
You're listening to... No. You are listening... It has to be two, right?
Let's trim that up.
You're listening...
Okay, that's saving for Leonardo, and that is everything just about done. Oh, but just in at the wire there, just before we sign off, we actually got a super chat from DJ Big Red 81. Thank you very much. Although Oz by Drone mentions that super chat doesn't appear to be working.
But it might not be working in his location. It's not available. It's not available everywhere, is it, though?
It is true, but thank you to DJ Big Red 81. So just let us know, DJ Big Red 81, could I please produce yours? Yes, absolutely. And unless we get any more super chats in the next couple of minutes,
that's probably going to be the only one we will do.
You will be the finale of the whole thing, and then we'll start uploading. In fact, I'll start uploading to Google Drive now. Have you created a directory where I can drop things?
I
Izabela?
have. It's inside your folder. It's just dated MRC Live 21st of September.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so I'm just before I go back to the screen share, I'm just gonna pop this in. So what have we got here? YouTube. Is it called YouTube?
No, it's MRC Live 21st of September.
MRC Live. Oh, it hasn't synced my side at the moment, so I shall just I shall await that. And while I do, let's bring DJ Big Red 81's sweeper in to Adobe Audition over here.
Companies come and go, but Deadman Streams rocks on.
That one, and we're going to take that and we're going to go into the multi-track right now. And we're going to call this DJ Big Red 81. Here we go. There we go. Let's drop this into a new session and we'll bring in the audio file here and we'll do a bit of mixing with some nice sound effects. Something like that. That's going into the sound effects here. Something like this. And then we'll use a rock sound effect as well. Let's see what we got here. Rock music. Maybe. Okay, we can do something like this. So let's see what we got so far. So we got. Let's move that in here.
Companies come and go. Companies
come and go. Let's move this over here.
Come and go.
And let's do a little stutter on that.
Come and go. Come and go. Companies come and go, but
let's do a three-way stutter there. Extra little bit in.
Come and go, but companies come and go, but
see, Izabela, at the end of your journey on your YouTube channel, you'll be producing like this.
Companies come and go. Companies come and go.
And let's bring this in.
Come and go, but dead. Come and go, but dead.
Let's move this over here.
But
let's move that.
I'll be like,
sync
boom,
that up.
boom, boom. There
Boom,
it
boom,
is.
boom, done.
but Deadman streams.
No, we don't want that. We want something a little jazzier than that. Let's move that out of the way. Let's move that to the right bit over here, somewhere over there.
But Deadman streams. But Deadman streams. But Deadman streams rocks on.
Let's move that down.
But Deadman streams rocks on. But Deadman streams rocks on.
Let's move that up a bit.
But Deadman streams rocks on. But Deadman streams rocks on.
We're going to double that up. Move that down to here.
Rocks on. But Deadman streams.
Switch on a little bit of analog delay. Let's go back to the start.
Companies come and go. Companies.
That's clipping a bit.
Companies come and go. But Deadman streams rocks on.
And one last thing I'm going to do. And we're going to just put that on the in sync with the sound effect here. So we're going to go da 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 da. And we're going to just change that up by enabling the pitch shifter, and we're going to do.
That sound effects too.
Let's fade that out and fade that in. So we can.
Deadman streams rocks on.
And that's a wrap. Let's mix that down and add a bit of mastering, special mastering, subtle clarity.
Companies come and go. Deadman streams rocks on.
Let's turn up the exciter a bit on that. Maybe the loudness maximizer up a bit too.
Companies come and go. Deadman streams rocks on.
Apply. And we're going to save that out now. Let's save that as DJ Big Red 181 2, which is going to be the produced version. And that is about all we have time for on this live stream. So it's been a lot of fun, Izabela, has it not?
It certainly has been, and it's great to have been here. And yeah.
If you'd like to join us near London for a 2-day event, we're doing 2 days of workshopping. 1 day is going to be how to make your voice sound better, all the tricks to enhance voices. The other day is going to be advanced podcast production. Then head over to mrc.fm/learn. That's right. And what can be expected from this workshop that's taking place in just over a month from now, Izabela?
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. Mike Russell is in charge of making sure that you are walking out of that workshop with some good amount of knowledge. I can see we've got another super chat. We will.
Oh
not,
wow! No, we have to do it, Greg. We have to do it for Greg. There, we can't not.
Go. Well, in that
He's
case,
super
I will
chatted.
probably have to dash. I will leave Mike to it. I will have to dash because otherwise our child's nursery is going to be very cross with us. So.
Okay, let me find Greg's. It's time to play Stump the Yank. Okay, yeah, no, we can do this.
Go.
We can do this. Let's do this.
Go.
Let's
You do it. You do it.
into the
I'm going to go.
Okay.
But you go for it.
And I'm going to do this
All right.
super fast for you, Greg, and save it as your other name, your Oz name. So let's go into multi-track here, and I'm just going to get rid of this audio and stick in, let's see, what am I looking for here? I am looking for the audio that I recorded for Oz by Drone. Let's drag that in. Okay, and here it is on the screen, and let's see what we can do here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's get a whole new bunch of effects as well. Let's get that. Okay, so we're going to have something that sounds like this for you, Greg.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play.
And then we're going to cut that, and we're going to do a very, very special stutter for you, Greg. You're going to love this. We're going to go like that. Well, it'll sound better when I actually do it. Here we go. There we go. And then we want to bring that back home, so we want to do something like that.
It's time to play. It's time.
And we'll bring that in a bit later.
It's time to play. Stump the Yank. It's time to play. Stump the Yank.
I really want to hear this feature in action.
A stump the Yank.
Hang on, we've got to get that in sync.
A stump the Yank.
Let's get
A stump the Yank. A stump the Yank.
It's almost in sync, isn't it?
A stump the Yank. A stump the Yank. Play Stump the Yank.
Something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Stump the Yank.
I'm just going to tighten that up for you a little bit.
To play Stump the Yank.
Mix it down, master it, and send it off. There you go. Like I say, this is not an example of how we would really produce jingles at Music Radio Creative. I do this super fast so that you can have something for free or close to free before the end of a live stream. With a bit of mastering now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Stump the Yank.
I hope that you'll be super, super happy with that. Izabela has posted a link to go and grab your freebies and your produced stuff. Just go to that link. I'm going to be uploading, so shortly after the stream, you should see the stuff appear there. But have yourself a wonderful weekend wherever you're watching in the world. Look forward to the new version of Adobe Audition coming soon with new intelligent noise cleanup tools and a whole load more, like a cleaner, more colorful multi-track view. It's going to be a really exciting time when we get our hands on that for sure. But yeah, have a good one. Cheers.
We'll be right back.